Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Mhm.
Relax. Now we wait.
Geralt tymi uszkami.
Ah, our favorite vintner. It's not him.
Teraz už ja mám lukostrelca, borci. Tak čo na ňo iba čumíte, bojujte s ním. Bože, tvoji muži sú tak napomocní, jak oni. I ty
Is it
oči
just
sú...
me, or did we agree you'd wait for my signal?
That was the plan, but
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would have ended otherwise.
at your service. It was a good fight. We managed to capture one of the scoundrels.
Nebo, všetko som
Let's
robila
ask
za
him a few
vás.
questions. Come on.
Witcher, a moment. I was wrong about you.
Áno.
Don't need to like each other. Just gotta do our jobs.
If that's how you wish to treat it. At any rate, I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it.
Dobre, mačo.
Let us go to her grace. She awaits nearby.
Wait, she here?
I hope you did not think I would leave this to you alone, especially when every hour could prove essential. This prisoner of yours, bring him to me. We must ask him some questions. Captain, do the honors.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
Dobre.
Once again, who sent you?
Your nun's lover. They call him...
Wait. He doesn't wish to speak. He needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful. I'm certain the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
Sure can. Fresh out.
In that case, he is all yours.
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Greg! Ricky, no! Don't let him!
Stop screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No, don't let him! I'll talk!
Już będziesz hovoriť.
Who hired you?
He'll kill me!
My to
Ought to be
zabijemy
worried about
skoro.
me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Cintrian. That is what they call him. I've never seen him, but I know he mustered the men for this caper. That's what they said, that we were working for the Cintrian. I don't know anything else. I swear it.
Take him away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Cintrian. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go to town.
Geralt nespí. Geralt?
He's late.
Relax, he'll come.
There's something I'd like to know. How can you be so damned calm?
Lebo
Side
je
effect of my
zaklínač.
mutations. We Witchers rarely get the jitters.
What if something has happened to him?
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Still don't know this Cintrian's behind the kidnapping and blackmail. Might have just handled the theft of the wine.
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes him an accomplice.
Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders.
Musí Geralta
Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's
Dobre
identity.
vyzerá, chill.
Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the
Je na
killings.
tom
Another
dobré.
thing entirely and just as important is why they... Someone's coming.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Not first time.
Used to it. Not the first time I've been hunted.
Must you always? Now, the port warehouse where the wine was delivered, we identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer. I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
Čo máte
You
proti
read my mind, Witcher.
Geraltovi? To
I shall gather my
vyzerá.
men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Sintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
O-o. Nie możemy na sobie mać, to czy mam teraz?
Just in case.
Late. Now, why does that not surprise me?
Ani mnie. Lampioni. Co napisam sobie poście lampion?
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but...
Jeśli kiedyś
Just one other
Citierowi dała
detail.
doły, tak byś sobie już
put it
naozaj
on.
wyzerała jako
A
normalny.
mask?
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them.
Ako możesz
If you have
widzieć,
one
tak
on,
mi gra dała
no
Diuszka
one
dole
else
sama.
will.
Let's go. Soiree started.
Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain.
No, to będzie lepsze. Ha, 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 ha. Nie, ha, ha, śmieję się, ha, ha.
How do we find the
Nie
Sintrian?
wiem, czy macie
Have you a plan?
braciszka.
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. As soon as we find
Co z tym musím zaznamenat toto momentku?
her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do
Możemy
you
dać
mean?
iczko?
Ran into
Nie
some of his
możemy.
thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Belant.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
Tak, ale
The
Marigoldy,
residence
jakie to
belongs to
wszystko dawa
none.
na dziewczęta.
They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Koviri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Sintrian.
No tak, idziemy gadać masku.
Go on, Geralt.
Co
be
se to
bold.
portla?
Show us the artist in you. The paintballs. Cast them at the canvas.
Your boards, as you've made no effort to understand. It's a metaphor of the constant struggle for power and influence.
A metaphor. What else will they think of?
If they can't agree, please do not stir.
Discover your artistic ruinous to the entire community.
Ta baba ma polskie
An
prízvuk.
artist naps in each of us. Good folk, yet another soul longing to express its creative side.
Well, you and modern art?
It's a manifestation of the man's soul.
Blue blood is all I see.
Gauze, scarlet, crimson oxblood. I see lips, full sensually-parted lips.
Nepýtajte sa ma, čo to má byť, ja sama neviem.
Of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different array. Quite the noble color.
Strelím ti to do hlavy, prestaň.
Sky over Toussaint before the storm.
Prebuď v sebe umelca. Už to cítim, som umelec.
That green, lush and verdant as a field.
Ticho, lebo to fakt skončí v tvojej hlave, tá farba.
Composition takes shape.
Yes, it's sure to be a masterpiece.
Please do not disturb. Voila! Fine. Now, allow me a moment to ponder. My appraisal? The painting depicts spiritual dualism. The continual battle between good and evil. And defiance.
Oh yes, that's him all
To je
right.
naozaj
Good
skolovacké
versus
dielo,
evil.
za koľko by som
The
ho mohol
dualistic
od teba
nature
kúpiť.
of man.
And defiance.
Toľko, koľko som si dala práce a premýšľania.
This painting is rather
1000 eur.
bloody colorful, that's what. Ignorance.
It must be someone famous at home. Such talent. Exceptional, too. Would I ever have to meet him?
pretentious. Blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde, schmeffant-garde. It's all...
Do take care, Witcher.
pretentious. Blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde, schmeffant.
Ešte musíš brať do úvahy aj farbu, ktorú si použila. Áno, to stojí veľa. No.
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah, we'll see.
Do not
No,
disturb.
však
Shoo,
páčko, dobre, zvyšili páčko, tak 2000.
It's the right flower.
Of course it is. A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still. You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Centurion
Fakcie
Noble
očí
we
má
came
hore.
here with.
A
Wanted to
ruky
ask
na
you about him.
stôl. Šup, šup.
Centurion Noble. Ah, you must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move.
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur. I cannot work like this. You must leave
Ja
now.
by som bola ticho, lebo... No. Bože, idiot.
I remind you that neither did you.
You look to me, an artist of immense skill.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him, it was.
Hit of Fistech. Artist's way of numbing their existential pain.
I do not even wish to comment.
On the nature of existence. It is irrelevant to the work's ultimate meaning.
Empty, heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
This painting, it's rather... It's very...
My heart's about to burst.
Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck.
Oj. Niekto sa blíži. 23.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
23, nie? Však zvyšovali to, či?
Come, we must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh, not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Incognito.
Yes, Your Grace.
We are here
How may I
incognito.
serve?
Looking for Cecilia Bellant. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look
Očividne.
like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Quickly, upstairs.
No, poď, hýb sa.
That must be Cecilia.
Oh, no.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana. At once. She should bring her soirée to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
Killed her, then went out on the balcony. Tore down the door, bloody handprinted platform. Whatever, it's his. Must be pretty strong, too. Broke the flower pot when moving the door, then stepped in the soil. Must have climbed this ladder.
Joj, Geralt, ovládanie. Detektív Geralt, hej. Geralt Holmes, hej, máme tu.
Could still be here. Need to stay alert.
A?
Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard, then sank to the floor. Bloodstains. Empty inkwell. looks at a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably. Sconce is bent. Smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it? Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out? Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Locked. No key in sight. Canvas is cut. Somebody took a knife to the painting, looks like. Hunting knife. Richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably.
No. Ještě jedna mám tu.
Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this, must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace? Seems there was a struggle. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window.
By určitě nebyl seriový vrah, toľko zanechaných stôp pôsobila, tak
Jewel's still here, though,
je to také už
so our
určite nie.
Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together.
Som Geralt
Then he set
Holmes.
off in pursuit of the killer.
Vašim službám, slečny.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything in full detail.
Dobre, bolo na čase.
I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He
Fell out of the window.
just so.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes, he stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it many years ago from a young woman.
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be something else altogether. My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers. She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
Think your sister might be involved? Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did enjoy stealing my toys. But I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift, at a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl. Someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right. What did your sister do to get banished?
Siana was cursed.
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Siana.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. Cedric mourns to this day. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. A decade passed. More. I've missed her terribly since. Your mission has gained new import. You must go to Duntine, and if Siana is there, you must find her. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. You must make sure of that.
I'll find her if she's there.
I hope you do. I very much wish to talk to her. Sister to sister.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlaf van der Eritane, an arrival from Nazaire.
We are lending our combined resources to the Witcher's hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally. Witcher, I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are friends.
Dlaczego mi to nie sedzi?
Seem surprised. Why?
I never would have suspected Regis to find common ground with a Witcher.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
Niečo mi to nesedí.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only two options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. For what might a monster wish to apologize to a Witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the Witcher trait for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's
Na to
fashions.
zaujímavý
Deep
rozhovor
cut
máš
dresses
tu
I found
Edvarda
most
a
fascinating.
Damona.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
No,
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
napínavá situácia, hoší.
An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a Witcher,
And the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detlaf here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detlaf believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore.
That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renna.
Mám děsu.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renna must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there, too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detlaf, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got away with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detlaf here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope
No,
you
nie
know
budu
what
si,
you're
aby
doing.
som si vybrala.
Fine. I shall see to Detlaf. Good luck, my friend.
Už jedině, jak se budem muset vybrat tu jej Segura alebo tu žánu.
Ah, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to 2 exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish this second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out? You have exceptional friends. This Detlef, an intriguing man to say the least.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know what you are to do.
Mm-hmm. Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Counter
Ja nikoho nepotrebujem na pomoc, ja to
It
zvládnem
stands
sama,
along the Saône-Retour
ženská.
River, near the Cockatrice
Nepotrebujem,
Inn.
aby som sa
Captain
mala
de la Tour and
rozdávať
his
medzi
men will await you
ďalšou
there at
osobou,
midnight.
ktorú možno budem
You shall
musieť
storm the
zabiť.
castle together.
A musím si dať normálne oblečenie na seba. Lebo v tomto Geralt vyzerá smiešne. Yeah, that's my boy. A ešte úzka.
Oh, is my
Teleport.
spinning of the last night? Am I invisible?
Work doth one ennoble. Sloth